This is Twit.
Well, it looks like it's a done deal. T-Mobile and Sprint merger approved by the Department of Justice, a year in the making, in regulatory limbo. The DOJ has approved a $26 billion merger. It'll also bring in a new competitor, because that was the real concern, right? Well, golly, if you have Sprint and T-Mobile merge, then there's only three big carriers. You got AT&T, Verizon, and the new T-Mobile. T-Mobile, I think, will be one or two now, right? It'll be right up there. They'll be roughly co-equal. It's nice. It was always, I have to say, it was really nice to have an underdog in the. And I'm not talking Sprint. I'm talking T-Mobile. It was nice to have an underdog because it made T-Mobile aggressive, right? For the last few years, T-Mobile's pricing has been so aggressive, it's forced the other guys to bring down their prices, to offer better plans, to be more flexible. And so that's why competition is good. Even if you're not a T-Mobile customer, it's a really good thing to have. The government has decided, FCC had said, okay. They said, we like the idea. DOJ was really, skeptical about it. Department of Justice finally came around. Now, it's not over because there are still, I think, 13 state attorneys general who are suing. They have to settle as well. That trial scheduled for September now because of this may get pushed back till December. So that it may be a while before this gets resolved, or, as I suspect will happen, once the state attorneys general say, oh, well, the DOJ settled, all right. Because there are some rules. There's some pretty good rules here. It looks like they're going to try to create a new carrier with the Dish Network. The Dish Network's wanted to do this. They've been buying up spectrum. Yeah, your satellite TV guys. Charlie Ergen and company. They are going to get some of T-Mobile and Sprint's spectrum. They're going to get 26,000 cell sites. So they're going to be able to very quickly, one hopes, roll out a fourth carrier, a Dish carrier. And that was a key part of the deal, because the DOJ really wanted competition. Remember, this has gone on forever and ever. AT&T tried to buy T-Mobile about 8 years ago for $40 billion. That was nixed. This has been going on for at least a decade, but it looks like our long national nightmare may be over. I am not against it, partly because I'm a T-Mobile fan. I've used T-Mobile for a long time. I'm very happy with their service. I was a Sprint customer 20 years ago, and just it was so unusable that I got off of it. And I think Sprint's just been really struggling. So I think maybe this is good for both companies. They'll create a new cell phone carrier to compete, I think, strongly against Verizon and AT&T. And that's competition. You get three, and maybe you come in with a fourth carrier. Dish will also get Boost Mobile, Virgin Mobile, Sprint's prepaid business. So if you're a Boost Mobile customer or a Virgin Mobile customer, this should be interesting. I'd maybe be a little nervous. Dish has a strong incentive, though, to make this happen. There's a significant penalty if they don't. If they don't get a new carrier up and a 5G network up pretty quick. That's where this is all headed, by the way. It's 5G. This is what everybody's most interested in, is this next generation of data, this high-speed, low-latency 5G network. We'll see. We'll see. There are 5G phones now. Samsung's S10 has a 5G variant. Not this year, but next year, Apple's expected to release a 5G phone. So there will be phones. We'll see if there's networks. There's some real challenges with 5G. The biggest challenge, in my opinion, is the fact that you have to put in a lot more cell towers. 5G doesn't travel very well. And so you're going to have to more than double the number of cell towers out there. That's a lot of money, but also a difficult thing to do, and especially in neighborhoods where people don't want cell towers. The not in my backyard folks are not going to be happy about seeing all these cell towers. The good news is these 5G cell towers are fairly small, can be made fairly invisible. Internet is so important, isn't it? I mean, the access to high-speed internet in every part of this country is so important. I think this is one of the reasons why you're seeing these kind of reshaping of these markets. And in general, I think it's a good idea. I'm for it. So still a dozen state attorneys general. There's a multi-state lawsuit. New York and California's AGs are not crazy about this merger. We'll see if they back down, as did Nebraska, Kansas, Ohio, Oklahoma, and South Dakota. They all settled along with the Department of Justice.